Welcome to the District of Columbia, the nation's capital, the federal city. Let's go to the parts unknown in the city, where they all come in the end. That's right, your governors, politicians, presidents, senators, mayors, and even some of your celebrities. It all goes down in the dirt here at Congressional Cemetery. Welcome to my neighborhood. Let me show you where it all ends.
Greetings from the First Lady of the D.C. Gutters. This is Lady Moab Beast, the D.C. Southeast, the gutter godmother of D.C. hip hop, and the Gap Tooth Dad herself. Yeah, so what's up, y'all? We here today at Congressional Cemetery, and we're gonna talk today. Story time with Mama Mo. Of course, I always have those great stories for you, but today we got another one. That's right. Let me start by saying hello, and I do mean hello. Yeah, so I'm at a place where you have your willers and dealers, your lawmakers and breakers, your crooks, your heel hogs. Everybody's up here, your senators, your congressmen, your mayors, and even some presidents. Okay, we're going to tell some stories today. Today's featured artist is Jonathan Sealy. That's right, we're going to get his story, and I'm going to tell it to you the best way I know how. Straight from the dirt at Congressional Cemetery. You ready? Let's go.
Let's do it like the two guys doing shit. So guys, we just in the Congressional Cemetery. This is actually a historic cemetery, okay? This is the historical Congressional Cemetery. Now at one point in time, they said that this cemetery was not for our people, right? But they said that they were buried on the outskirts. I have a lot of relatives over here. Yeah, I found some halls. I found some hallways. Why does the restaurant have a skeleton? And on it. Yeah. And look at you, you beauty. You're a cutie. Just random dog. Just sitting here waiting for us. Hi, little hound. Don't run away. I'm like, I gotta get that fuck out. Go. See, that's that spooky shit right there I be talking about, y'all. This random dog. Where the fuck is he going? He far shit from his own. Thanks, God. Stop. So, Jonathan Sealy. Alright, wow, Ty. We're at the epitaphs already because I'm gonna go backwards and then forwards. We start with the end. Jonathan Sealy, his body was brought here after his services, before it was sent home. So, for those who are laid at rest at Congressional Cemetery, who are transported to other places, their bodies come here, or they're sent to the cemeteries of their choosing, and cenotaphs are left in the places of those people. Like, these are not headstones, they're cenotaphs. So right now, we're looking for Jonathan Sealy. And as you can see, these people died in the 1800s. 1800s. Your congressmen, your senators, your representatives, your delegates, they're all right here. Even if the bodies aren't. The senators are. So right now, we're looking for Jonathan Seeley. And it's right here found.
Connecticut. There he is.
Found! Found you! We found you! What's up, Jonathan? Yeah. In memory of the Honorable Jonathan Seeley, a representative in the Congress of the United States from the state of Maine, who died February 24th, 1838, at age 35 years old. So, funny thing about Jonathan Seeley's death, it was a duel in Bladensburg that ended this man's life at the age of 35 years old. He was in a duel with another man by the last name of Graves. Graves challenged Seeley on some words that he said on the Senate floor he didn't like. Well, actually, he came in to represent someone else. He was someone else's second, to be exact, that came to do the job and took your man old Jonathan out. Now, I'll give you more insight on the story. But first, I wanted to show you this senator, which is a representation because good old Johnny was sent back to Maine. And as you can see, there are a lot of senators here. We're going to talk about these people because they did not die peacefully. That's right. A lot of the people here did not die peaceful deaths. They were either murdered or died sick or in some horrible way. So, in honor of October, we're going to go ahead and tell you the good old story of Johnny Seeley right here and how he took his last breath on the bloody grounds.
And this is another moment in the graves of Congress. U.S. Congressman elected as a Democrat to represent Maine's 3rd District in the 25th Congress. He served from March 1837 until his death in office. He was killed in a duel with a fellow congressman. Jonathan Seeley was born in Nottingham, New Hampshire, the grandson of Revolutionary War officer Joseph Seeley and nephew of U.S. Representative Bradbury Seeley. In 1825, he graduated from Bowdoin College in Brunswick, Maine, where his friends included future President Franklin Pierce and authors Nathaniel Hawthorne and Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Choosing to remain in that state, he settled in the town of Thomaston. He was admitted to the bar there in 1828 and laid the groundwork for his political career as editor of the Thomaston Register, 1829 to 1831. From 1831 to 1836, he was a member of the State House of Representatives, serving as Speaker for his last 2 terms. He relinquished this office after election to the U.S. House. Seeley was known as a forceful and popular Democrat who loved the sport of politics. But in Washington, the game proved more dangerous than he anticipated. In February 1838, he was challenged to a duel by Kentucky Whig Representative William J. Graves, acting on behalf of New York newspaper editor William Webb, whom Seeley had accused of corruption during a House debate. Graves had delivered a letter from Webb demanding a retraction and interpreted Seeley's refusal to accept it as implying he was dishonorable by the association. Although he had no dueling experience and was in fact opposed to the practice, he took the challenge so as not to appear bullied by the rival political party. Rifles at 80 yards was the chosen method, and the opponents met at the notorious Bladensburg dueling grounds on the Marlboro Pike outside Washington, D.C. 2 rounds were exchanged without injury. But on the 3rd, Graves shot Seeley in the leg. The bullet struck an artery, and he had bled to death in less than 2 minutes. He was placed in a temporary vault at Congressional Cemetery, where a cenotaph stands in his memory, before his remains were returned to Thomaston in April 1838. The incident rocked Capitol Hill, inflamed by Hawthorne's scathing editorial, in which he wrote that the duel was fought on a shadowy pretext and had overstepped the imaginary distinction which separates manslaughter from murder. A House investigation committee voted 4-3 to expel Graves, but in the end, he was only censored and allowed to complete his term. The Silly Graves affair led to the passage of the 1839 Congressional Act prohibiting the giving or accepting of challenges to a duel in the District of Columbia. More importantly, it deepened the antagonism between Northern and Southern factions in Congress that eventually helped bring about the Civil War. Silly's brother Joseph went on to serve in the U.S. Senate. And this is the story of Silly Graves.
Well, this concludes this episode of the graves of Congressional Cemetery in Washington, D.C., the nation's cap, which is just that way over there. They built this shit diagonally to the Capitol. So you have your Pennsylvania Avenue processional straight to the cemetery, baby. We're going to say goodbye to Johnny, hoping he resting in peace. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in the next lifetime he get his gun skills up or something. We won't have to do with no guns. You never know. I love to know what that story is, because from what I heard, you know, old Graves ain't lived much longer either. So, until next time, this is Lady Moet, Beast to Beast from Southeast. With good old Johnny here. We gonna see y'all later. We out of here before it get dark.